So Prime Minister Justin Trudeau is about to make a speech on the convoy. He's finally going to give a response to it, I guess. And I'm terrified as to what he might say. I'm not going to lie. My anxiety is through the roof right now.
I know you're wondering about what you saw in our capital city this weekend. But Nazi symbolism, racist imagery, and desecration of war memorials. Over the past few days, Canadians were shocked and frankly disgusted by the behavior displayed by some people protesting in our nation's capital. We are not intimidated by those who hurl insults and abuse at small business workers and steal food from the homeless. We won't give in to those who fly racist flags. We won't cave to those who engage in vandalism or dishonor the memory of our veterans. To the nearly 90% of truckers across the country who've gotten vaccinated, who continue working hard to keep us fed and keep our economy moving, thank you. Leaders to think carefully.
90% of truckers, 90% of truckers got the jab, and 90% of truckers side with you, you fucking liar. Before we get into this video, I want you to know that while I'm angry and I'm very upset with the message, you must all know that that message from him is meant to make us angry and divided. That message from him will not change me and the energy I take out to the streets. I take it out in the editing. I take it out on the computer by making the firest bangers you've ever seen. And let me tell you a little something. See this background right here? That's a real background. Unlike CBC and all those guys where they have fake backgrounds on green screens, we're out here. We're real. So hopefully you enjoy this rant and you gain power from it and you realize you are not alone. You know you're not alone. Everyone knows they're not alone now. We are united. You are a fucking liar. They don't side with you. Nobody sides with you except for your extremist left fringe. That's, you are a liar, man. You are a liar. You know what? The stat that you're throwing around, because 90% of whoever the fuck got the jab, 90% of them got it. So that means that 90% of people don't support this movement and they support you. That's a fucking lie, and you're backpedaling and you're trying to do all the damage control you can right now to try to shut this shit down, and we're not going fucking anywhere. I'm gonna start going into the cabs of semis and getting their stories, because we are not dehumanizing truckers. We are not dehumanizing this movement. I'm going to every single fucking cab I can. I'm jumping in there and I'm hearing the stories of real Canadians who are out there fighting for our fucking country. That's what I'm doing. I'm not putting up with this shit anymore. These fucking liars. So if you want to fund me, you want to keep me out here, you want to keep me out and getting stories, I'll stay out here for another couple weeks if I have to. But I need more financial backing to be able to do that. I need help. So with that being said, if people want to keep me out here and keep me live on this shit, Parisienne_77 is my email. PARISIENNE_77 at hotmail.com. Send an e-transfer. Any little bit helps. Everyone's funded me so far. Keep it going. The lie they're trying to say right now that because 90% of people got this, that 90% of people support that movement is a lie. I have met so many people and talked to so many people. People come up to me crying. They're crying. They've lost literally their whole livelihoods because they've been forced to do something they don't want to do. Disgusting, disgusting, traitorous lies to our great nation. That's all this is. This is just a bunch of lying horse shit, and I am so fucking fed up with it. My body, my choice. Oh, you smoke cigarettes and drink beer. Shut up. That has nothing to do with anything. That's my choice. You liars. You frauds. You are a direct assault on our Canadian rights that are being ripped away from us piece by piece. You want to start something? I'll fucking ride this shit out to the end, you liars. I'm sorry for my language, folks. I mean, we all know I'm vulgar, but this is stressful. This is stressful because we know what this is. You've seen the Canadians gather and assemble for this. You're seeing the world backlash like crazy right now. But he's not going to talk with anyone. He's not going to talk with anyone because someone yesterday that doesn't represent our movement pissed on a war memorial, and for context, on the steps below the war memorial. Context matters. They desecrated the Terry Fox Memorial. I don't agree with it. Disrespectful to do any of that. But let's be real. They hung a Canadian flag upside down on it to show the distress of this great nation. That is all you have for firepower after a weekend of fucking legendary great times with beautiful, real people who represent our freedoms, that are in the Charter of Rights and Freedoms that we own. That is our thing. We have that. We are born with that. And you can't take that away from us. We will stay here in solid numbers until you're fucking gone. You liar. You traitor. I don't mean to spread any hate, but you know what? It's at the point now where we're standing tall. We're digging our heels in. We are not backing down from this because I, for the first time in my life, started to think about having kids. I'm 30 years old. I didn't want to have kids in this world. The last few years, I said I'd have a kid by the time I was 30. And I've really just said, I'm not doing it. Not in this garbage. No way. I feel bad for anyone who has kids during the pandemic. From both sides. Doesn't matter what your views are on whether or not you got it or not. For the first time in my life, I'm ready to start thinking about that idea. But first, this shit has to end. We are fighting for all future generations. If you're not going to fight for yourself, if you're going to sit there and do nothing, at least get up for the other people. At least get up for your kids. Quit laying around. You're lying to yourself and you're lying to... You know where I stand on this. I'm a real human. I'm not like these, and I'm not going to let them dehumanize us. I'm not going to let them try to dehumanize the truckers. And you know what the best part is? Is that independent journalism's ruling right now. They're outdoing the views of the legacy media. And here's the thing. That's what's showing the world what's going on. That's what people are tuning into. They want real information, not this garbage, not this absolute disrespect. Another thing I heard was they were talking about the soup kitchen or the homeless. He said taking money or food away from the homeless because of the people from this movement. The people from this movement are well fed. Let's remember this. Context matters. They're not giving us context. Context matters. We have food trucks. We have people running around giving people water, food, everything. People providing music so we can dance and we can have fun together. We can all just basically thrive in the streets. And it's amazing. Businesses opening their doors to us so we can go and sit down maskless. We can walk in maskless, look at each other, communicate with each other, be real to each other like the finite beings that we are. And it's so beautiful. It's amazing that we're all coming together and they're trying to hide this and suppress this. Right now, this whole movement is funded by Canadians for Canadians. The GoFundMe, I think, is over 10 million now. It's steadily growing at 800,000 a day. That terrifies the government when the Canadian citizens are literally funding the Canadian citizens and it doesn't go through them first. That is terrifying to them. That sum of money, they can keep them parked here for a while, and I hope these guys don't give out. And if they do, like I said, whatever happens here going forward, we are stronger and more united than ever. And going forward out of this, we're gonna keep the resistance alive because we are fighting for the future generations of this great country. I don't want to see any kids grow up in this current shithole right now. I don't want to see it. I grew up in this country. My parents took me traveling and they took me to the most beautiful places as a kid and inspired me to become the man that I am today. And because of that, I love this country and I'm not giving up on this country. I'll admit I almost did. I was ready to flee. I wanted to move down south or go wherever the fuck I can get away from these people. But now with this resistance, I feel hope, as I'm sure pretty much every single one of you does. I feel hope and I'm proud and I see a great future. But first, this tyrannical shit has to end. We are fucking done with it. You do not take away our rights. You're seeing the most beautiful backlash I think human history's ever fucking seen. So with that being said, I'm glad I got the emotions worked up because I'm ready to hunker down, dig my heels in and stay here. And if you want me to stay here and you want me to do this, you want me to cover this and give you my perspective from the streets of Ottawa while this great backlash happens, please consider donating to the cause. Thank you very much. I'll provide an email link in this description here for you to send e-transfers to. Thank you so much for all the donations so far. You've put me up in a hotel directly across from the action. It's allowed me to go in and out of my hotel and edit and go back out to the streets and do all this stuff. So here's the thing. When you cross that bridge into Gatineau, Quebec, and they start rejecting Canadian citizens' services and they want to tax the unvaxxed, you no longer have your rights. As a tax-paying citizen, they want to tax you on healthcare. The people from Quebec come here in numbers. They were here. I was talking to them in the crowds yesterday. Unfortunately, I could not interview them because of the mass noise and power behind this movement shaking the streets of Ottawa. These vibrations are heard around the whole world. People are inspired right now. There's convoys everywhere. You can only run from this for so long. We want our country back. Every single one of us. We did not vote for these draconian measures. What we voted for was what we had, what was right in front of us. That was all we had. And they were talking about federal mandates and stuff. Who are you going to vote for? No one? People got to vote for something, so they go and vote. And it turns out these bastards are trying to bring in these rules that only a year ago, not even, like, was a conspiracy theory to say. And everyone was shut down as misinformation. And they've canceled so many people and destroyed so many lives, and then only to come to admitting 3 months to 6 months later that that person was right. But not admitting that person was right, just what they were saying was right, but not ever giving credit to the people who said these things. I love this country. I've traveled. I've been here to this great city, Ottawa, before. I've been here many times. I've been to Quebec. I've been British Columbia, partying in the bush, living, thriving, meeting the people. I'm Canadian. I know a lot of Canadians. The thing is, I don't personally know a single person, at least anyone that's told me, that they're for this. We're being lied to. 90% of Canadians got the... So 90% of Canadians support what the federal government's doing, in Trudeau's words. So, I don't know about that, man, because you know what? It would seem everybody I've met so far on this trip, for the most part, has got the, some of them have 2 or 3 because they were forced to. I met this woman yesterday who recognized me through the YouTube channel. Shout out to you. She's from Quebec, and she was telling me her employer made her get the 3rd one because whatever their reasons were, but they made her get it, or they threatened her job. So she never wanted it. She said she had to do it, and she was crying. She's pouring her heart out to me. And they made her do that for her job. God damn it. Sick in the head. You're all sick in the head if you believe in this shit. And I'm glad we're standing up. This is a lie, and it's a complete infringement on our rights and freedoms. And if you don't think that, you better educate yourself soon, because you are lying to yourself, you're lying to your peers, you're lying to the rest of the world. And every other country watching this right now, keep fighting the good fight, because we need to keep this shit going. Right now, the views on independent journalism is through the roof. My stuff's slowing down because I'm not doing hype content anymore. I'm specifically focusing on what's going on down here. But the big guys right now in independent journalism, they're going. They're fucking blowing up, and the world doesn't want to watch legacy media anymore, Yeah, this is where it ends, folks. We're done with this shit. They can keep lying to us, and it doesn't matter if they use brute force on us in the next couple days here to get us out of here, but the movement's real. It doesn't matter what they do. It does matter what they do, but it doesn't matter what they try to silence, because it's loud. It's loud. It's speaking in volumes right now. So thank you so much for watching, and I'm just working on a YouTube video right now, but I got distracted by this asshole spreading lies. The only thing I agreed with him with in the whole thing was these fucking guys flying swastika flags. That's so ridiculous. Like, why would you bring a fucking swastika flag? I get it, like, some people think this of that, and it relates to other things that we shall not mention on here in fears of getting shadow banned. But, yeah, I get it. People are frustrated and they're upset and they're all doing dumb things right now. But those streets out there in the videos I'm showing and the videos other people are showing that it isn't what it is. I see Indigenous out there pounding the drums in this white supremacist movement. I see Muslim Canadians out there walking around with "fuck Trudeau" signs and "give us our freedoms back" in this white supremacist movement. Within this white supremacist movement, I'm seeing people of Asian descent walking through the streets with big, huge smiles on their face, holding up signs that say "mandate freedom." You're lying to the world right now, and it is so disgusting. Shame on all of you.